I figured this would be an appropriate place to start this intro with all these deer laying around here, because this weekend we're gonna get one like this guy on the ground. Sitting up here for probably about 2.5 hours now. I'm on the same area that I've been on the past few weeks. And about an hour and a half ago, I was sitting on a rock just having a snack, and I gave off a couple grunts and waited, and about 20 minutes later, all of a sudden I just hear a ruckus down to the left of me. And he was getting closer and closer and closer, and all of a sudden I see a doe just pop up. Like, she probably popped up 30 yards away at first. She worked into about 10 yards, and then behind her I just heard brr, brr, just non-stop. So I waited and waited, and I never saw him. And all of a sudden he just popped out, and I never saw his rack. His head was down behind some spruces. But he was chasing her over. Instead of taking the route she did, he dipped down underneath her, trying to corral her back to these thick spruces behind me. He was trying to push her back in there. So then they went over the lip here and disappeared for about 15 minutes or so. I waited real quietly, and I hit my grunt tube, and that doe ended up looping right back around 10 yards by me again. Turned around, the buck was still chasing her, and they took off down the mountain. And I crept up real slow up here just in case they had stopped down over the lip, but I never got a glimpse at the buck. All I saw was this giant body. I didn't want to shoot based off that, because I never saw his rack, but it was definitely a buck. He was grunting, chasing her around. So I kind of stopped right here instead of hiking around the rest of the day. And I decided I'm going to sit here for a couple hours at least. Corey didn't end up coming up to camp with us, so he's working his way over down a mountain down below us here. Seeing if he can push anything off of that. He's just hunting out of the parking area. So I'm going to wait here. I'm going to try sitting tight till about 2. I think it's like 10 or 11. Somewhere around there. So I'm going to sit tight till about 2, and then I'm going to hunt down the back side of this and see if I can get a whack at anything. So keep you guys in the loop here. And man, that got my adrenaline going. Really hope that's not my only opportunity this year up here. down here where I'm sitting now. And I was set up probably about 50, 60 yards back there. Rock shelf, so I'm hoping she laid down enough set and he did too that another deer's gonna come wandering through here, so I'm gonna sit here and wait as long as I can, but I'm getting cold, I'm shivering, so fingers crossed here. Shot in the dark. We made it. We're set up on a point where it's apparently a doe bedding area. Does have been in here quite a bit recently. Bailey's got a cell cam in here that's been telling us that. It's pretty funny because the bucks that are cruising in this area come right up and they jump right in the doe beds to sniff them out and see what's going on. I don't think we booted anything out of here today, so I'm hoping that we catch something cruising. We just had a major front move through. Might do a little calling too. What do you think?
I think we're out here in the river bottom, northern Tennessee. Bucks are full swing here.
They're full of it, all right.
I really think we're gonna get into it.
I think so too. Yep. As you can see, the creek behind us here is absolutely ripping because, like I said, we had a major front come through. It was like a nor'easter of a rainstorm. But I'm just watching Adam play with his phone. It's early. It's only like 2 o'clock, so we'll see what the afternoon brings. This morning is a good morning. We're heading way up north this morning, chasing some snow. We're gonna go out today, and we'll be out all day tomorrow too. We're gonna stay overnight. Got a cabin rented. Let's get on some deer.
Now this, what I call a healthy breakfast right here, folks. Oh yeah, on the go. Can't beat it. Alright guys, so I told you the snow is here and we're heading up to the Adirondacks, the northern Adirondacks, to do some tracking. And for any of you who aren't familiar with what tracking is, it's basically exactly what it sounds like. You know, you get a fresh snow, or any snow in general, and you go and find a deer track, and you take that track, and it brings you to, not as easy as it sounds, but essentially it brings you to the deer. So for anyone who's not familiar with that, that's what it is. We've been waiting for this since deer season started. You know, this is probably the most efficient way to hunt whitetails in the Adirondacks. Bare ground is tough, definitely manageable, but it's tough. So we are jacked up, son. We're jacked up. Can't wait to get out there. This will actually be my first time tracking in the Adirondacks. I did it a little bit. Golly, my phone is going nuts. I did it a little bit last year, late season, with a muzzleloader in Massachusetts, which was a little different because where we were there, we had a little bit of a higher deer population, so it was super hard to sort out tracks. But I am really, really excited to go do this. So we got about, I think, like a 2-hour and 15-minute drive or something like that. I'm not really sure. I'm just following Corey. We're meeting Adam. Brad almost had a work obligation and couldn't go with us. Last minute, he texted us this morning and said he can go. He's good to go. So we'll have all the boys except Ty up there this weekend. So that should be fun. We'll rip out another podcast for you guys. So we'll have one of them on the way. It's gonna be a good time, and we have a good chance of getting on some big bucks this weekend. So hopefully we can make a pretty good video for you guys. You boys got a copy?
Got a cold hard copy over here.
Are we gonna get on some big bucks today?
We're all getting on a track with big buck and lay one down today. That's a big 10-4.
10-4. Let's go. All right.
Just because when it's really hard to track, you'll spend a lot of time with your head down.
A little different than tent camp, huh, Darb?
In those scenarios,
Much better.
What do you got cooking over here, Adam?
Squincher.
Folks,
Squincher
we have
Quick
came
stick.
into a new lifesaver in the mountains. These squinchers are little packets, and you put them in your water, and they have electrolytes, right?
Yep.
Electrolytes, and they hydrate you real well. So we're fueling up on some of them. Adam, what is that?
That's Corey's happy pen.
This pen takes him to happy places.
Well, we made it to our parking destination here, and we're all gonna start heading up the mountain and see if we can cut a track. So, catch you guys up on the mountain.
Up on top of the mountain here. Came across a nice buck track. Been tracking it since about 6:30. Or no, probably a little later, probably 7. It's about 8:30 right now. We're starting to get some more snow. He's taking me up and down, and I think he's after some does. Can't find one yet, so he's gonna keep looking, but that means I'm gonna be tailing him all day, so it's gonna be a long one. There's the track there. Pretty decent track. It's a real nice stride on him. So I'm gonna keep on putting boots forward here, and we're gonna try getting this sucker. Well, it's getting on towards noon here. I've been on track all morning. Ended up losing it. I came into a little swampy, sprucey area, and all of a sudden it was just like an explosion of deer in there. There was a bunch of does, and I think another buck running around in there. But I just could not sort out what was what. They were just, I think what they were doing was just
chasing those does around in there and pushing them back and forth, and there's tracks all over the place. So Corey and Brad were just kind of working together trying to pinch a buck down, but it sounds like he ended up dumping off the side of the mountain, and I think we're gonna call it a day there. And I'm heading back to the truck right now. Got a nice little hike. I probably went 3-4 miles today chasing that buck. So didn't get one down this weekend, but it was good to be up on some snow. Had a little more confidence in what you're doing, because you know there's one out in front of you somewhere. So yeah, no deer, but oh well. Made it back to the truck here. That's always good. I'm gonna try getting these boys on the radio and see where they're at. See how long I have to wait. How far out are you guys from the vehicles?
At least an hour, we're coming.
Okie dokie. An hour. How far back did they go on this bugger?